If you buy a 24-ounce cup and you complain because it won't hold 36 ounces, this video is for you. How's that for a lead-in, Ben? Too many people are trying to put big trees in these. If this leans, it's because your base is either loose and not anchored properly, or your tree is too big, you have too many branches, or a combination of both. This is what this stick looks like after 12 months. It's no taller than 5 feet. There's not a branch. We left a little bit of leaves on it when I scented it up last year. That's it. All of our licking sticks look like this. They look like sticks. They're not trees. I'm going to show you today how we do a actual tree for the first time, how it needs to look from a size standpoint and a trimming standpoint. You don't want to take this and anchor it on the top of the surface. You got to get down through that sod. So we're going to scratch our way through that root system. You have to get down below that little bit of soft black dirt. Just put these stakes in at a little bit of an angle. Don't drive them straight. Angle them down a little bit, and they pinch it down in there tight. And don't be afraid to pound it in to the point that you see this base plate flex. We call it a flex plate intentionally. It should flex. Then put this dirt back over the top of it. This branch right here is about the right, it's probably about the right dimension. We're going to try a birch and see how it works, and if it works good, I'll learn from it. If it doesn't work good, we'll just change it out. This is a licking stick, it's not a tree. And if you put in something that's too big, it won't work. That's what I'll get a message. Someone will say, my tree's leaning over, your spring's not strong enough. Let me show you how you fix this. Nothing good happens above my chest level because the deer can't reach it. So right off the bat, I'm going to take anything that's above my chest and get rid of it. See what that did to it. Still leans, not quite as much, but it still leans. Absolutely no reason to leave this like this. It looks like a bush. This branch right here, gone. This one here, we move. This one right here, no longer. This one right here, see ya. Still too top heavy. A lot of people would leave this and go, well, it's standing up. The problem is when the wind blows, it's gonna catch this sail that you've left, and now your camera's gonna have false pictures. I will leave some of those leaves, but what I like to do is do what I just did. It's kind of like a hinge cut. I cut it here and I hang it down. This one we'll get rid of completely. I don't need a lot of that. I just want enough for the deer to get a hold of it. That goes. This one I'll break down. And that's probably too many actually. I think we're gonna take that one right off. Now, you're going, oh my gosh, that looks a lot different. Well, look how it performs as well. It's standing up, but I'm still not quite satisfied with it. So I'm gonna show you the extra little adjustment that I make. I come in here and I loosen this up slightly, and I can see right away that this tree leans that way, and actually the spring is leaning that way. So I'm going to take this and quarter turn it. I'm going to snug it up. Oh, and now it stands perfectly straight. I take these thumb screws and I tighten them up. I just went from that tree that the guy sends me the pictures of and says it doesn't stand up straight, it's not big enough spring, to it stands up really well. And the leaves are just enough to leave me a great spot to scent mark it. I'm going to start at the top and dribble it down from the top down. The change in the environment that we did overnight here is what is going to create the deer to notice it and come to it, and it doesn't have to be 10 feet tall. It doesn't have to be 6, 7 feet tall. It needs to be about this high so that the deer can come up to it and start touching it. And once they touch it, we let them scent mark it for us.